We really, really, really appreciate y'all coming along on the journey. We just starting off. We don't know what the hell we doing.
Definitely
We just
not.
giving it out. So, and we're gonna keep on giving it to y'all. But we just, like I said in the other episode, we're gonna glow up every episode. Glow up. And that could mean like our appearance, our topics.
We're also going to have guests. You don't have to ask us. Can you be a guest?
Because we already know who
we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you. Don't
and
call us.
Another
we'll
thing.
You.
If you ain't watching the show and you just a regular smuggler in Cardi B's voice, definitely not getting on.
And if you're not sharing,
we need to see. We're gonna do contests to see who is sharing and commenting. Yep. And we may ask them, but we actually want people on here that.
Welcome to another episode of Roger Dat Podcast. I'm your co-host, Mary.
I'm your co-host, Tequila.
I'm your co-host, Carla B.
And this is Roger Dat Podcast, definitely a podcast for everyone.
We at episode number 8, the season finale. Yay!
I think we did that.
I be mad about season finales.
Why?
Because that means they be over with now. You gotta wait.
You gotta wait and anticipate.
And hopefully they pick them back up. We
picking ourselves up. But I'm like, we coming back, but we gonna get some things together and everything. All right. So our last episode was we talked about the fake liquor in the clubs. Y'all get that together. We don't like coming to the club and then we already paying like $14 a shot. You don't even get a shot. You probably get this much liquor, and then if you're mixing your drink, you get an ass load of the ice chaser, and then if you put it on the rocks, it just looks as if it's an illusion. But we don't want to be sick. I like being able to enjoy myself without having the worry of, am I going to have a hangover? My limit is sometimes 3 actual cup drinks, but I can take shots. But I'm learning now that, it's more so the BYOB why I'm not.
That's why I love a BYOB.
Like I love BYOB because I know what I have because I'm popping my own shit.
Yeah.
And we also talked about cover charges at sports bars. Mobile, Alabama, let's get it together. Ain't nobody in Houston, Dallas, California, Atlanta, Virginia, Louisiana, and so forth and so on. Ain't nobody charging to come in to a sports bar. A sports bar is what? You're gonna eat, you're gonna drink, you're gonna eat, and you're gonna drink, and you're gonna eat, and you're gonna drink.
So you're gonna spend money.
You're spending money either way. So let's normalize. Stop trying to be greedy. Because a lot of y'all go into these businesses and y'all feel like you got to make the money back what you've put into it. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. First of all, you have to invest in yourself. It takes money to make money. We already know that. So you're probably going to break even within, depending on how good of a crowd or whatever you're trying to bring, just depends on that. But you're going to make your money, but make your people comfortable. It's about the people. It's not about you. It's about your people.
Okay, let me add something to that. I think, I'm going to be honest with you. I think they do that here because they don't have many places to go.
So they have a lot of places to go now. We have quite a few options to go to now.
Well, you ain't got to be ducking and all that crazy.
No, you don't have to because we had a 90s bar, but they were charging. You have the other place, Red Moon. That's a very nice place. They're owned by the Aqua Hookah people. So you don't have to pay to go in there. It's very, very nice. So we don't need people coming in there trying to tear up their establishment. We also have Charlene's place. She has something every night of the week. Mm-hmm. Good drinks, specials, food specials, and the food is good. So whoever was saying something about they give hole in the wall vibes and all of that type of stuff, that's what it is. So hey, it's cool. If you don't want to go, stay your little young, dumb, full of calm till at home and do not come.
Wow.
That was nice. Yeah, we have other places. You have the Cigar Lounge. You have the Hit House. Kazula just started charging to get in, but I look at them as a club. A club, I understand charging, but a sports bar, we got to normalize not charging these people to come in, because I think that may be the downfall of a lot of them. And also put more thought into it. Get a business team to help you out with your business plan of any business that you have. So moving along, we also talked about therapy and childhood trauma. We had some sentimental moments that we did discuss and bring up. Therapy is definitely needed. I think everybody needs therapy, especially if you grew up in the baby boomers. That's going to be our parents' ages. And if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you need it. Even the kids growing up now, y'all going to need some type of therapy, because you guys have been spoiled.
They need more than therapy.
I don't know. They gonna need a real. I don't know, because I don't see the world continuing on, because we don't have people coming out anymore trying to be doctors, lawyers, police officers, working in the fast food restaurants, working in retail, working at the grocery stores. That's why everything trying to go to the robots and AI and everything. But y'all are going to have to start thinking about, how are we going to maneuver throughout life moving forward? Because at this point, y'all be calling us aunties, but we really the grown people now. We the grown people, the real grown people. And at some point, we're going to start retiring in those areas where we need the people behind us to be trained up to come in and, work it out. But a lot of it, like I said, a lot of us have childhood trauma. A lot of people don't like to address it, but I myself, this is my personal thing, I want to encourage everyone to be able to sit down with their parents. If you still have grandparents that are living, if you have family members that you feel like inflicted some sort of childhood trauma on you, had a conversation with them.
Even if they're dead.
Go talk to them. They hear you in the universe. You can sit down and you can talk to them, and you can feel the presence of, I want to ask for your forgiveness, or I want to be able to forgive you. Can you give me just whatever you need to do? But address that childhood trauma so that you can learn. That's how you start learning yourself. And therapy is not just somebody trying to tell you what to do. They really help out, because they can they give good advice. Real good advice, even if they never went through what you went through. They have been trained and they've gone to school to help you in those areas. So that was pretty much on episode 7. That was it.
Yeah.
So now we're on the season finale.
Let me say something else about therapy. You don't have to go talk to the grave. Just talking to somebody and just, being in a place where no one is judging you and you can stay and feel, and just getting the feedback, and don't let nobody tell you it's a waste of money. I don't waste a lot of money on a lot of things, and I'm here to tell you therapy was definitely not one of them. Mm-hmm. Definitely not one of them. I've even found myself trying to pick up extra days in therapy, and I paid out of pocket, and she was just like, no, you don't, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's just how comfortable I was, and that's just how much I enjoy my sessions, and just being able to talk to somebody that don't know you. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to talk to people that know you, and everybody gonna have their point of view or whatever, but when you talk to somebody that don't know you, and they gonna tell you. And one thing about therapists too, they are not yes men and yes mutual women. They gonna tell you where you messed up. I'm just definitely a therapy advocate. I've been trying to get my daughter to go, because I know she needs it a lot. But listen, I am definitely a therapy addict, and don't let people tell you too, like, and this is just culturally, like, that's not for black people. I don't know what the hell people mean by what's not for black people, what's white people. No, that's for everybody. That's definitely for everybody. That is not, something. I love therapy. Just talking about it lately kind of been on me just to go. Like, you don't even have to have an issue just being in that safe place. Like, I definitely love therapy. I do. And listen, if you think you don't have childhood trauma, or if you think, like, because I'd be like, I ain't never had. When you go, you're gonna figure out you
have some stuff
that you never knew you had.
Because I'm not. people can say they had a good life, you had good mama, good daddy. It was something in their household. If you went to church 85 days out the day, that was an issue. Because shouldn't nobody be in nobody's church that much, that long. Like, those are things that can, like, you, that may have stopped you from wanting to go to church. Or even be associated with people that want to be around. That's childhood trauma.
And it don't even have to come from your home, because though when I say this, listen, if you know my mama,
oh Jesus,
I had a great. It ain't even a word to describe my mama. Listen,
and keep in mind, Mary was the youngest, so she got the best of the best.
But no, all my siblings will tell you. Everybody will tell you from Tasha down. Horace has always lived his own life. But from Tasha down, like literally. And then I had the best godmama too. But that don't mean your trauma come from in your house. Mine came from outside of my house. From somebody who was supposed to protect me and take care of me and be, who they were supposed to be to me. And it wasn't nothing sexual or nothing. But like, I had a grandmama that really, really, really like told me down. Like, and so people looked at me like, oh, she got a good mama and she a happy kid, like, bruh. And just being a child and just wanting the acceptance of somebody that's supposed to already accept you. Mm-hmm. Like, bruh, that shit will take you to another level. Like, listen, my grandmama was the worst to me. But I'm so glad I had like a God-fearing mama. And we joke about my grandmama, but people that just kept me in church and just, no matter what I did in the world, like, I knew God and my heart always been pure and good. Because when that same person that treated me so bad and like, oh, listen, and when she got sick and couldn't do nothing, I did everything. And everybody know that. Like, I didn't think twice about it. I didn't even want, like, I wanted to do it, not even around her. Just like do it and don't even be around her. Like, but still in all, after all those years, and I'm talking about from birth, like years, I still have family members ask me certain stuff like, when you fell off that 2-story house, like how you did that? Or, different stuff that when I was there, things would happen to me. Like, bruh, listen. And when she got in the worst place, like I still took care of her. I still did what a granddaughter was supposed to do for a grandmother, even though she never was a grandmother to me. And this is nothing like I'm saying, like her side of the family know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still took care of my grandmama. But as a child, I would go there. Like, this weekend, it's gonna be different. She gonna accept me. She gonna love me. Like, she gonna treat me like she treat Bruce and Philip. You know what I'm saying? And every weekend, it never was. And every time, I would go back looking for that. And people be like, oh, she got, and that's why I try not to say that about age, because people be like, oh, you had everything. Like, you had a good mama, a great godmama. Like, if y'all know my godmama, I'm talking about the real Miss Chancellor. Like, I had everything, but I still wanted that from her.
Because you knew that was your grandmother.
Yeah,
and what a grandmother should.
Yeah, so don't feel like your children. I hear people like, she got everything. What she work? You know what I'm saying? Or why she this or why she that? Because no matter what, you can't give nobody too much of nothing. Like, if they're missing something, you still missing the void. I went every weekend.
The void was love. The love from the grandmother's love. And being accepted by her. And you never knew what the case was. And I want to bring this up because this is what happened in my family. And I just had this conversation with my mom. A lot of things were swept under the rug. We talk about it now. I think maybe about the time I got in middle school, first of all, I've always, this man, I would always see him and people would be like, she looked just like this man. She looked just like him. People at the church, and I went to the church, the neighborhood church. So everybody in the neighborhood knew each other. Well, this man was the neighborhood man who had more than one female pregnant at the same time. My father was a product of that. So I feel like I don't know
who you are,
who I am, or where certain things come from. I do understand my height. My height is combined from my mama's side, mainly my mama's side, because everybody on that side, female 6 feet and above. My dad is tall, but his biological father is tall. My dad's, my mom's mom, my granddad is the tallest on their side. But being yellow, red, that come from my biological granddad. Um, and even as an adult, like the man, he never would say anything to me. It was like maybe a shock at how much this girl looks like.
Oh, you actually?
Yeah, as a child, my dad knew them. Yeah, my dad, like we would come around, and as a child, I just didn't understand. Like, I'm going to this house, and I know that this is my dad's brother, and this my grandma is his mom. But then we go to this other house; these other people are my uncles as well. But I didn't understand, and there was one uncle that was identical to my daddy. My dad was just taller, and my uncle was just shorter. But I just say that to say, I feel like everybody should know who their family is, regardless what the if it was any turmoil or whatever may have happened. Don't sweep stuff under the rug. And when kids inquire about it, you may not be able to tell them right away, but sit down and think about a way to be able to explain it to them, because those are questions that can linger in their mind. Now, when it comes to my son, I have told him these things. He kind of have a similar situation on his side. And I mentioned, my son does not have his dad's last name because I don't even think his dad knows whether or not that's his dad or what, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like I'm already in a situation. So let me just start this bloodline. So the bloodline of Rogers for me really starts at my dad, because that was just the name. Matter of fact, he was adopted by his dad, my grandmother's husband. So that's how that happened. So like I said, I have told my son that, and like he'll meet people that he's been around with his dad, and he'll ask me about them, and then I can't even explain what be going on that side, but they sweep things under the rug, and I don't think it's right. I think all of the kids should know what's what.
What's the other people's last name?
Who last name?
The biological people.
Houston.
Wow.
Because we know some Houston.
Are they red?
You know, Shonda,
from Thomasville.
Yeah.
And that's from my people from Thomasville.
Wow.
So let me find
But
out.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, if y'all was some Houstons, like for real, if y'all are like, hey, tap into me. Tap in.
So, piggybacking off of the sweep under the rug thing, right? Now, I can't really, like I said, well, I ain't said this before, but I mean, I had childhood trauma, but it was mostly like because maybe my parents was fighting or arguing, or, you know what I'm saying, in front of us, and we probably just thought that they always got along, because we was little. But I have a friend, she was molested by her sibling. And it was like, she said, and then when we asked her, so what happened? You know what I'm saying? Did he get in trouble? And then she was like, no, they just made us go play outside while the grown folks talked about it in the house. And he got a whooping, and that was it.
That's why I don't think children that does that, they don't just come from somewhere. Somebody might have touched him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that don't just come from somewhere. Somebody might have touched him. Listen,
well, whatever was said in that house, they knew. They kind of knew where it came from. But
was it continuous, or it happened one time?
Well, I think it happened a couple of times, and then she finally told, because it was. Anyway, I don't get
it's just
but she finally told, and they got a whooping, but
yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Like I say, trauma can ruin your life. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even like I was saying, even by my biological father, everybody know my biological father, Big Bruce, and he was like my dad was on drugs as long as I can know. Like my siblings talk about stuff he did, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he have traumatized my siblings, and that's not even my daddy.
I remember.
Yeah, like my sister Nicole, especially, like, you know, it was so funny because when he got sick, like I took care of him, and I remember one day I told her, I said, "Well, can you go take my dad? Because keep in mind, I lived there. They here." I said, "Well, can you?" But I used to drive every time he had a appointment. I would come, and I called Nicole one day. I said, "Can you go take my dad to the bank and to the doctor?" And girl, let me tell you how trauma do. She called me one day, and she was dead ass serious. She had him in the car. They was leaving the bank. She said, "Sister, I started hitting my gas going by 60, and I wanted to push your dad out of my car while he was rolling." And then she started laughing about it, but
that's that trauma.
That was just something she remembered that he did to them. You know, and nothing sexual, nothing like we ain't none of that, but just still like just the physical abuse and all that. You know what I'm saying? And like even when I was a child, I never understood why my mom sent a baby to take my dad. My mom gave me the divorce papers to take to my daddy to sign. So he I never understood like why would she do like, you know, and at that point I just took the papers, but when I got a little older, I was like, well, why would she let her child do that? Then when I started, like they started really telling me how he was, I was like, oh my gosh, but I never saw that, you know, and I even say like he was on drugs my entire life. But one thing about my daddy, baby, and they know, my daddy had nothing to give us, didn't give us nothing strong. I took care of my dad. I remember, like, I had to be a grown up before it was time. Like, I took care of so many grown people. So to this day, when I do it, it's like it's second nature. I think, like, I don't know how to do nothing else. I don't know how to do nothing else but take care of people. Like I remember like going to get my dad every 2 days. So when my grandmama died, because everybody was like, "Oh, he's not gonna survive." I remember going to get him every 2 days to come to my house and feed him, take a bath, give him money and stuff. And I remember going to get Asia from school, and he loved Asia to death. And something happened, and he was high when he came to the car, and she was just so freaked out by him. And I told him, I was like, "You cannot see her again. Like you could never see her again until you get your life together." My daddy went cold turkey. That's how much being in Asia life was important. It ain't happened for me and Bruce. He didn't do it for us. It was nothing now for him to just. But bro, he went cold turkey, and my daddy stopped dope. Been doing dope 40 something and just stopped dope. But when he stopped doing drugs, all these health problems came. Like it's like, and I'm telling you, the doctor told me like if he still smoked crack, he would live a long life. But you know, crazy. He just that's crazy. That's crazy. But he knew. And bro, he gave Asia, I think, and he wanted to be the Asia where he couldn't be us. Baby, he was gonna get her from school, give her money, baby. She'll tell you in a minute. My granddad don't give it to me. I'm like, this nigga ain't never bought me a candy bar. $200, like he really. And so when my daddy got real sick, like I took care of him. I paid rent. I bought him. I did everything for him because he never did nothing to me anyway. And let me tell you, I'm talking to an adult person or even a younger person who family is on drugs. Them people don't wake up every morning wanting to get high. They don't wake up every morning. That shit is really a disease. Especially when you've been doing it for so long. I don't think my daddy knew how to get off. I don't know what it was about Asia that wanted him, and I thank God for that every day because I did get to experience like my dad in rap form. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to take care of your parents, and then I got a stepdaddy, which I don't call him my stepdaddy. Everybody know I love my daddy, and I'm baby. Look, I don't play by my dad. My mama tell you in a minute. Don't say nothing to me about her dad. I probably choose him over her. I don't play by my daddy, but when my mama remarried and married a good man and showed us what a daddy was supposed to be like, let me tell you something. That man healed so much of that child hurt I had, like so much of the fatherless girl that I was. And daddies, y'all got to be in y'all girls' life because I know a lot of stuff I did younger is because I didn't have a daddy. I was looking for that male love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I be so upset with Asia daddy because you don't even try. You don't do nothing. You don't like she a grown adult or something. And that's why sometimes I thank God for my husband because listen, when y'all don't be in them daughters' life, especially, they go looking for a daddy. I just thank God I was the ones that never went on no drugs, was strung out on nothing or nothing because I dealt with people like that. Like I dealt with drug dealers or I was around, niggas with money, snort pot. Like I never wanted to do drugs, never wanted to do none of that. But when you men neglecting your daughters, I'm telling you, they going looking for a daddy. And the world different now than what it was when we was growing up. So just heal some of that hurt, baby, because I'm telling you, I was not able to become who I am and be the person I am and be in the mental space I'm in until I healed a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So heal them children within you, because even as an adult, I was still a hurt little girl.
Yeah,
I was
hurt
still
that
a
inner
hurt
child.
That
inner child. Well, you still have
and
that
hurt people. Definitely hurt people.
They will hurt people. They do.
And then you run around here being sorry. Your daughter get with somebody sorry, and she don't know how to get out of it. Then her kids see her. It's just a vicious cycle.
It's a cycle.
And y'all just, I always wonder like what it would be like if we could get the men pregnant. Instead of because a nigga will love you to death. And then but when you get pregnant, it's just like, oh well, I can pick and choose if I want to still be here or not.
They don't want no responsibility.
No responsibility.
And then
that's why I don't have remorse or really empathy for a man that said, "Oh, I'm a single dad." Whoop the damn do.
Good for you.
Did y'all see that on Facebook where the girl was filed for divorce and she took a picture? She was so excited. And she gave him full custody of the baby, and everybody was like, "She's so fucking trifling." Why?
No, that's not trifling.
Why is it easy for a man to do it?
It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango.
I did not come into this marriage with no kids,
and I that's what she said.
And hey, because men do it all the time without even having the common courtesy to address it. They just go on about their life. Oh, because they're not with the mama. Because they're no longer with the woman that gave birth. And see, what y'all don't understand is when we go into labor, that's real close to death.
Yeah. A lot of people die. A lot of babies die.
That's some strong pain. And a lot of babies don't make it. There are a lot of people that have had babies. Some of them go damn near full term and the baby doesn't make it.
Yeah.
So that's it. Like I said last time, children are to me, I feel like they're a trophy. I don't feel like everybody deserves them just because you can reproduce and make them. Ladies, and I'm going to say ladies, also children, just because you lay down with a man does not mean that you have to give him a baby. What is he doing to make you actually say he deserves my eggs and I deserve his sperm to recreate? Now, one time, I'm only giving one time. I only have one.
Me too.
Just one. I wish I could have had more, but I'm not that person that was blessed to be able to recreate. I had a miscarriage, and once that was done, that was it for me. There was no more, trying to do anything. But in that sense, I'm glad that it didn't happen. Because it would be a messed up situation real bad. I don't want to be stuck with no little babies.
I ain't never want no lot of children. And I think God must just threw me age because he knew. I just wanted to be a rich auntie. He must have said, I'm going to get her this one young. Because baby, if she get a little sick, she ain't going to get there. But I hate that bad though. I do. And y'all gotta stop. And baby mama, stop beefing with the other baby mamas because y'all
stop
got
beefing with the girlfriend.
Guess what? He ain't work, baby. Let me tell you something. My daughter got a brother, and she got by one girl, and she got two sisters by another girl, and I love both of them. Now one of them, y'all know, she more than just a baby mama to me. She a friend, she a sister. Like we gonna talk, I'm gonna ride everything, and and the other baby mama, she just, we love her too. She just, be in her own little world. But I never beefed about a baby daddy. First of all, halftime he ain't doing nothing for none of them children.
So what we fighting for?
What we fighting for? And y'all need to get together and raise some children. I'm glad I'm
raise them as siblings.
And I'm glad me and Sophie did that because
raise them as siblings.
Sophie was the more nurturer, and I was more of the get money. And we just kind of came together, baby. We was just, we figured it out.
I'm gonna say this: the reality of yes, we come from our mother's wombs, but when you have your dad that's actually your that's
your
full blooded,
and with your mama
is the half. But we look at it as, and they don't do that. People don't honor it. I honor it.
I don't.
I honor it. It's a full, like, that's my sister. That's my sister. Like, ain't no half. It's my sister.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't do the half shit at all.
It's my sister.
I think mostly the Caucasian people be saying half.
Yeah, I'm not do that shit.
Because when I was little, I was just like, okay, that's my sister.
Even
my
your brothers from your dad.
Yeah, and even their little sister is my sister.
Yep.
We don't got no mama, no daddy coming, but we got
y'all have the siblings in common.
And that's my other baby sister. So
yeah, because even Sophie, 2 oldest boys is Asian brothers, and they consider them. That's her, like, they sister.
Yeah,
like, he want to make sure his sister, he get married. His sister at the wedding, she gon' like, that's their sister, and they will tell you if nobody around that it's 3 boys and 1 girl, and they always been like that.
That's how it is with
always
oldest like brother. Me and his mama are really friends. We are friends. Like, I was only 19, 20 back then. And I had never dated anybody that actually had kids, not being in a real close relationship. But when she came around, like, she talked to me, she invited me to the parties, and her mama is my mama. You know, that's Mama Felicia. Like, we rose to Atlanta together, me and her mama, like, we kick it. We hang out. We hung out during Mardi Gras. She came down during Mardi Gras, and we hung out, and we trying to figure out what type of partying we finna do in the summertime. But yeah, that's my dog right there. Forget baby daddy. Like, neither one of us actually have any communication with him, and he needs to be in their life, and he don't give a damn about neither one of them.
And even Sophie daddy is Asian granddaddy. Like, when you say something happened with her, she be like, it automatically go to Sophie daddy. It don't go to no. It automatically, like, that's her granddaddy, and he treat like that's his granddaughter. Like, so y'all stop beefing, because y'all ain't heard nobody but these children. Y'all ain't heard nobody but these children. So,
and I was fortunate enough to have a good baby daddy. Like, my baby daddy, he always took care of my baby. My baby had closet full of shoes, clothes, all kind of toys.
Her grandma was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, her grandma would get her. They ride the float. I ain't had to pay nothing. You know, it was a little rocky at first when I first got pregnant, because she tried to say I tried to trap him.
Yeah,
the fuck.
He had the best.
He had men, I ain't had men. How could I trap him?
He had the best day.
Yeah, nah.
Oh
yeah,
Albert Jackson.
You know. Even when DJ was off at school when I was down here, and I don't even think we was going together. But I could always go to Reynolds Avenue, find Albert Jackson, and he gonna do whatever I need him to do, fix my car, give me a little money. And, you know, I used to go find him, take him, Kayla, little pictures from daycare. And, you know, he was a good man. We even used to go see him when he was in the VA hospital. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to have a great baby daddy. We just didn't work out as a couple. But yeah. But I just hate, and that goes back to how your dad was, you know, like the man was the man in the neighborhood. You feeling like you the man because you run around here screwing everybody and getting everybody pregnant. But now you got all these kids that's like,
you're creating all this trauma.
And it's not good to just have all of these kids.
No, like because they meet each other and sleep together.
Yeah,
don't know that they related. You nasty motherfucker.
Now I know some dudes got a lot of children. They take care of all of them.
I know they just go and pick them up. They ain't got a damn dime.
Now my brother like that. Bruce, he a horrible husband and boyfriend. But he don't play by his children. If he got 50 of them, he gonna keep 50 of them.
Married to?
Yeah. If he got 50 children, he gonna pick all 50 of them up. I'd be like, oh Lord.
And they baby, it don't matter what kind of car he got. Baby, they gonna like total gas or oil.
It don't matter. If this one got practice, this one got he gonna figure out all them children, baby. He gonna keep girls, boy. You know some dudes don't like girls. He gonna keep all damn Pampers or what? He gonna keep all of them
and got the most beautiful children.
And baby, I be like, boy, I don't know how you keep up with him, but he do. And some of you got 1 and 2 and don't do shit.
But yeah.
But
we not, we not trying to bash men. I mean, because women do it too. Some women like a cat. You know how a cat have kittens and just leave them there and go run the street. Some women be like that too, and y'all don't deserve them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know it's hard. It's hard to be a young mom, a single mom, a married mom. It's hard to be any kind of mama. You don't get no sleep. You're tired. You're hungry. You gotta make sure everybody else straight. You might be starving to death, but you just lay on down like, fuck it, I'll eat tomorrow. It be hard, but when you love, you gonna do what it takes. And I just hate that some of y'all men don't see that until then you 60, 70 years old, and then you talking about, well, y'all my children, come here. And it always take care of the child that you fucked over. Yeah, they end up coming to help you. But mine ain't gonna do it. Really, they should put your ass in a fucking home. Out of there. They should put your ass in a home, let the home get your check, and then they get the rest of the change just left. That's what they should do. Ain't no change gonna be left because that's just. And have y'all ever been to, like, they got different tiers of nursing home. They got the bougie ones where they can do for themselves. Yeah, kind of but you have girlfriends and boyfriends. I used to talk to this dude one time. He worked for a funeral home, and we had to go pick up a body one time. And another day. No, it was supposed to be going on the day, and he got the call about the body. So of course he gotta go get the body. And you didn't get that? No. But what happened was we went in the hearse, but you know what I'm saying, he had to end up going up there and then calling somebody else to bring the hearse to get the body. But to say that is when we went in the motherfucking place, it smelled like nothing but piss. Mm-hmm. Nothing but piss, and these folks, mama, grandmama, living here. So if it smell like piss, somebody somewhere pissing, ass raw, got bumps on it, whatever, and y'all getting these people checked and treating them. They probably do better on their own. That's how my daddy was at the one at 8 Mile. What's that one right there next to the meat block? Right behind the meat block. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. It was free. His what old people get Medicare? It was free because they was paying for that with his check. Baby, I went there one time. I was like, well, maybe they just off, So I drove down a second time to take him to the doctor. Baby, my daddy hadn't been, and my daddy at one, like when he had the stroke one time, he couldn't do nothing for himself, so they had to like do everything for him. Like he came out of it and came back independent because that was the one thing he hated, to have to rely on somebody, but. Baby, when I got there, my daddy was not clean, not nothing. Baby, y'all can sign him out. She was like, well, if you take him to that other one you talking about, you going to have to pay. So, bitch, and I'm going to pay. He won't be living in damn. And when I moved my daddy into that apartment on our university, baby, he had, majority of people was white. Well, my daddy flourished. He was just so, he really came back to himself. Girl, we had furniture, like we decorated. I mean, he just really came back to himself. So, and I know everybody's not able, but if you're able to like help your parent, especially if you had a good parent, like this one here ain't really do nothing, but I love my daddy, but especially you had a good parent and you're capable of spending just a couple dollars a month to have them in a safer, cleaner place. I'm telling you, sometimes it works for them, for their mental. Yeah. And then you can have a peace of mind too while you at work or going out of town or whatever. Yeah. He not being abused. I never worked. Yeah. I'm telling you, he started back driving. Maybe I remember he had like a little, it probably was a 97 Corolla hatchback, baby. He used to love it. He was driving everything when he stayed there. So, and they need to shut that. That's a damn shame. Both of us talking about the same place. They need to do something about that. But that shit start with the workers. Some people really just go places to get a check. And that's why they don't have the passion. Yeah, running rampant. And that's a job you have to have passion for. That's not for me. That has to be from the heart, not for the pockets. Yeah, and they'll pay them folks that much, and that's why I said they just go to work and they just do the bare minimum. Yep. And then y'all be a CNA, be telling me, I'm an RN. Stop lying. Like it ain't no shame in being a CNA if that's what you start. You got everybody have to start from somewhere. But don't be running around telling people you're RN, baby. Stop doing it. Y'all stop doing it. For real.
All right, Carl, I'm be doing
it. They doing themselves like that. Stop telling people that shit. But anyway,
so
we done got on all kinds of subjects.
we done just everywhere. But yeah, what I was gonna say about the podcast. This is the finale, but next season we hope to just wow everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like to just do an entire 360. Like I said, this started with something that we kind of talked about. I don't think nobody moved their feet to. And then we would have conversations and we'd be like, oh yeah, we sound like podcasts. And then one day I was just like, fuck it, we doing it. And I just kind of moved with everything and I called them. They was like, what? So, we really wanted to do it, but
you just had to push us off the cliff.
No,
okay. Well, so I'm gonna say what really okay. So you remember this had to be like I was living here, so it was like 2021 or 22, and I would just listen to music during work. So I called you and I was like, any podcast that I can listen to.
Yeah.
So you sent me a couple of them, and the two that I started listening to, this was on I think it was on Pandora. I started listening to Angela Yee's Lip Service and Horrible Decisions. Horrible Decision was a bit too freaky for me. They just talked about a lot of stuff and they're overly sexual and it was just a bit too much.
Yeah.
So I geared more towards Angela Yee because they had better topics. They also had guests and I would listen to them and I'm like, okay, it would get me through the day. I would just listen to show after show after show. So then I kind of got out of it, started back just listening to music. And then last year, and definitely had to have been a year ago, I was looking myself and I didn't know what to search for on YouTube. So I was like, let me ask Carla, does she know any? So you sent me, I think it was 3. Whatever the first 2 were, I might have watched just a little bit, but they were a little too, too serious for me to be sitting up because I wanted a little ghetto action. That's what I wanted. For certain people that were like me. That's what I wanted. So I went to Poor Minds.
Yeah.
And at that time, when I looked at it, it was more of a recent show. It was probably like episode number 300 or something. But it was probably like a year before I started watching it. So as I'm watching and they saying how they started and they didn't even have the same name. They started it just doing like Wind Down Wednesday in the living room on the floor. I'm like, well, let me just start. So I got addicted to it.
Yeah.
And I would just, every day I was listening to them. So I said, you know what? I said, let me go back and forth. I said, let me look at the older ones to see how they were and see how they have changed and evolved. When I say those girls, from their physical appearance to their thought process to their like now every their settings, just everything. I commend them 2 girls, Lex and Drea, because they started and they never gave up. They made their post whatever day that they said they were going to make that drop theirs. That's what they did. So I was like, okay, the number one thing is consistency. That's the number one thing about it. It was consistency. And then they have they've met a lot of people. They've had Melissa Ford on they've had Sierra, they've had T-Pain, they've had all the people from Houston damn near, the new and the old people. Paul Wall have been on there, Slim Thug have been on there. They just had 2 Chainz on there. They even had they also have their own show, Travel Queens, and for some reason I can't find it. I mean, I know it's on BET but I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep on looking so I can see it. But when I tell you they have grown, and even their mentality, and I'm gonna tell you something that they said not too long ago on an episode. They were asking, and I remember a while ago they was like, "What's your favorite position?" A lot of younger people say doggy style.
I saw that, yeah.
And that's what Drea was saying. I think Lex has always been, nah, nigga, you're gonna look me in my face, and we gonna talk it down, baby. Yeah. Right there, let me feel. Yeah. So Drea was like doggy style. So on this newer episode, it had maybe aired maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. They asked again, and the girl Titus, the bartender. I think she said missionary. Lex still on missionary. And Drea turned around and she said, I like missionary because it's like skin to skin, it's passion. And I feel the same way. I ain't never been no doggy style for real. Like it just seemed like that's kind of like wham bam, thank you ma'am type stuff. But nah, even if we ain't even in love, we need to be, you know. But
I'm kind of torn on that
because
sometimes I don't want you looking me deep in my eyes.
I do because I like to be passionate.
Let me say
I like
quick.
passion.
She's definitely a podcaster. Like I'm just more of the I'm a like we could talk about it and I'm just gonna do it. Like, you know.
And Mary is the one. She was just like we fixed. That's what she did. She's I was telling them about the different podcasts. And not only was I watching Poor Minds, you sent me Kurt Franklin. I watched, and I'm mad at him because he don't even be posting all of. I'm like, Kurt, I love, what is it, the King's Den or something like that?
I love it.
Den of Kings. Oh my God, I love it. And I'm like, come with it. Perspective Black, what's his name? The Perspective dude. I like him because he a real challenger. He a goddamn Gemini, and I love y'all.
We really love Drill
and
Tequila just gave them the 5 minutes of us honoring them because
I'm honoring.
We love them, but she really like
too. And I love Cecilia.
Dear Cecilia, but I like to see her go cuss y'all ass out because y'all be coming with some stupid stuff, and it be real stupid.
It's needed.
But why I don't like missionary? I mean,
because you might not have that.
Maybe I'm just so fucking thuggish.
Yeah,
I'm a lover girl. I'm a lover girl.
What I said earlier, like I really am. Like I wish sometimes I wish I gave Asia some of that shit. Like she just so fucking tender and just
when she be calling
like baby, look,
Ma, you gonna go hang yourself? Oh, Ma, what kind I need?
What kind I need?
She called 12,000 times a day. Mama, you. I'm like, God fucking nigga. You 22, got your own shit, no churn, baby. Catch some flights and keep it moving. Like she's such a
But I'm with you, cause like, I mean, the missionary be okay. Like it is, but I have to be in the mode. Like I need to be drunk.
It's a good sex move. I don't know. I like being out. When I get in that real, like, nigga, I'm finna give it to you. And that's something that I don't, like, if I ain't in no relationship, before I got evolved into this part or whatever, it was kind of like, I'm going to just give a nigga what I know that they want. I'm going to give them me. And it's like, they going to be in love with that shit. But I was like, you know what? I can't give y'all niggas that. Because that's a bit too much. Right. Y'all can't handle that. So it's like trying to hold that back now. It's like it's ready to bust up out of me. And sometimes I'll be like, ooh, nigga, let me just do my thing. And you just, I just want to do this. Let me do this.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, ladies, y'all got to be careful. Because you put it on them.
You put that thing on them.
Like she talking about that thing. They ain't gonna never go nowhere. You can't never get rid of them, and they just keep popping up. And you be like, "What do you want?"
And I'm gonna tell you a little secret too. Talk to them niggas in their ear.
Oh Lord,
tell them something. I don't even be doing it. I don't do none of that because it ain't no reason to. Because I ain't in a relationship. We just doing our stuff.
I'm married, but you know what's so fun? I think I married my person because he's just like me. He don't give a.
Yeah, y'all about the same because you'll say something rude to him. He be like,
say it right back.
Yep, exactly.
And y'all little child.
And he be
like, tell your dad, and he comes. I can record it,
Pablo. When he sat down,
he said that he just looking. I'm talking about just as calm, like they gonna save me. They ain't gonna let me.
He said right by you.
Like between me and you, he said right there.
Like when we went shopping last weekend, I never buy Jerry them. I buy, but I don't never just. I
was so happy.
She was so excited.
I was so
and
happy.
When she got back in my house, she was like, "Is he gonna be excited?" I'm like, "He gonna be happy."
Because when I do my little gifts, you know what I'm saying? They actually be smiling when I give my little gift. And it be something to be a candle.
And these was Gucci shades, everything. I really just bought Jerry some all that.
Now give me my props on what I put you on.
Girl, Jerry, open that shit. Set that shit down. Girl, that shit said delivery.
No, he was smiling. He came laughing at you. No, but he came back and he was like,
he definitely was smiling.
Yes, he was.
He was like, "You're not excited." And he was like, "It's Christmas here every day. Like we don't really, like, okay, like,
But I put her on the rack, Nordstrom's rack.
Yeah.
I like nice stuff, but I'm going to shop in the discount.
It's right there
and
by
it's
my
right
house.
there by her house. She said she never just went in there to really shop. Like they have all the good deals.
And it's just, that's crazy. But Jared don't got no chocolate. He don't have no.
But a lot of men don't be having they don't know how to accept, because I don't think my friend really know how to accept
well, I don't know how to give it, so that works at my house.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving.
Well,
I'm sorry. I gotta
just
give.
to let y'all know, men like gifts too.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
They
do.
They do.
Their favorite candy, like just something simple.
Yeah, you
like
go to the store and think about it.
It's not gonna be no millions of dollars or stuff. But anytime I go somewhere, I'll be like, I think he'll like this. Let me just grab this for him, and I think he'll appreciate it.
Well, I don't want to sound fucked up because I'm the one buy all the clothes in our house, all the shoes for the girls, everything, and Jared, everything. Jared don't never go buy clothes or nothing. But I never just, but it's like he know, like I'm going to buy it. Like, okay, I need some of this. But I never just go and just come back and be like, here, I bought you something. And he don't know it, But he ain't show no emotion. She don't even know what that shit is.
He smiled.
Because she was so excited.
Even if it's a candy bar or you go by the liquor store, get a little miniature. Anything. I mean, they like stuff too. They like to give, but they like to get stuff too.
Yeah, they do.
And then also set some little, just a little date or date night, Get a bottle of wine and sit up and have conversations. I do that, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, we do that.
Do that. I think it's cute because I like doing that.
I just think each household, everybody's different. Each household is different.
We just do the same thing every week, which is boring. But I mean, it's okay, I guess. Just go get some, like, we both off on Thursday. So we be saying Wednesday's out Friday. Okay. Since we ain't gotta, get up early, go to work, and anything like that. So we'll go get something to drink. Of course, we're gonna smoke. We're gonna sit at the table, play some music, play dominoes, get a couple laughs in if we don't start arguing.
Do y'all dance? What's that?
I danced with him the other day in the kitchen. He was so motherfucking happy.
Y'all slow dance or y'all was like?
No, I was in there dancing by myself. I forgot what was on. But sometimes I just get in my mode while I just dance in the house. The children, he know, everybody know. I just be in the kitchen dancing by myself, and then he came in there and he don't have no rhythm.
He don't.
He be out beat so bad. Oh, he be out. That's why you ain't never seen it, because he know he can't dance. But he be out beat so bad, and he just, he coming down, he trying to catch on with me, And I put my arms around him and dance with him, whatever. But Theo's so thirsty, y'all. I have to give him a little bit at a time because he is just so thirsty. I love you, Theo, but you know how you is.
That's sweet though. I dance with my
people. I don't do by 8 o'clock, and they know it.
Y'all be in the bed. They go to bed with the chickens and wake up with the roosters.
Now the problem in our household is he feel like we don't have sex enough. Okay. We on the podcast. We said we was gonna keep it real. But my thing is, like, it's different when you first get together and you might have no kids or one kid and you got just a regular routine. You have time to do stuff like that. But then, like, when you working all these hours, he working all these hours, y'all don't get to go to bed till 11, 12 o'clock at night. And you got to be back up at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Who got time?
It's like you just, all your energy is gone.
Yeah, it is. And it ain't no harm. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. But shit, I'm tired. I don't feel like all that hooping, hollering, jumping up and down, all that. Like, let's go to bed.
Y'all know what I if I'm tired, I won't, like, hey, I'm on my side.
Yeah.
And I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do that with this phone. And I'm going to throw it back now. I'm going to throw it back. But
that's the position.
Yeah, that's that. Like, that's that.
But
everybody ain't putting in a whole lot of work. They ain't gotta try to be macho man with it. You know what I'm saying? Just give a little one to it, because y'all men, we know y'all be needing to release that.
I cook every day, and by the time I finish cleaning up my kitchen in my house, my husband be sleeping.
We know. You should be about 11 o'clock to get your shirt on. You be having that shirt. I ain't sure. on FaceTime, married to the clock. Got your uniform.
That's only because it's tax time, though. That's why.
Yeah.
What is it? It's tax time. I think she be in there with her bun and she get off work. She gonna go to the mall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
she gonna go
I'm gonna go buy something.
And it don't even be late when she get home. She probably.
But then I have to cook.
I
still have to cook. I still have to clean up, and if we ain't got nothing sweet in the sweet dishes, I gotta make a cake, make some cookies or something. Or
baby, I just be looking at you like, Lord, I can never. We just chilling outside, and she like, I'll be back. I put my cake in the oven.
And she didn't let me lick the bowl.
You sure asked to. You didn't bring the spoon or nothing.
And it was sitting there, and I was like, I ain't finna be no little kid. But they brought that kid.
But you know, I used to lick the bowl, the spoon, and
the mixer.
Yep.
But then it was more than the mixer. Sometimes it'd be me and my sister and my oldest cousin. So we had to choose which one. I was trying to see which one was gonna be the big. Take that finger right there and scoop up in that bowl.
That cake makes me so good. That cake makes me so good.
Let me want to make a red velvet cake. Oh, I'm getting the bowl. But it would be just me. Yes.
But listen, I make chocolate cake, and they think everything. But I love one chocolate cake.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you threw down on them, baby.
Baby,
to the next day.
We got on that bridge.
You ate it on the bridge.
I was like, oh, it's still a little warm. I opened it. I was looking. I'm opening it. I'm driving. I opened up my one little container. I got the oven, set it on the, and I picked it up, and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna eat. Had that meat on that steering wheel, and I was eating, but I ain't eat a whole. I ate enough. Like, I had 2 pieces.
It was good.
It was so good. That cornbread
and them ribs and that chicken. Oh,
pick it up in that cabbage.
Yeah, you did good.
That cabbage was full of meat, but
it was so
I
good.
I really been wanting a chocolate cake, and I think the best chocolate cake comes from my aunt.
Oh, Mom. What?
My aunt used to make me a chocolate cake every year for my birthday. She stopped
doing it.
I don't know, but she stopped asking me because she'd ask me what I wanted for my birthday every year. And then I think she just got hip to she just want chocolate cake. And I used to be oh my God, she used to make me a chocolate cake every year. And then when Lexus was growing up, I used to buy Lexus something for Christmas that was urban every year because I knew my aunt was going to do it. I'm talking about True Religion. Anything that I know she would never get, I would buy every year for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I wonder if she made me a chocolate.
You need to ask her.
And give me a piece
too.
Right
there like Matilda. Y'all remember that boy on Matilda?
I used to love
Augustus Gloop.
Yeah.
That was Willy Wonka.
Oh,
chocolate.
Yeah.
What was the boy name? He sat there and ate all that chocolate.
Because he stole a piece.
Yeah,
and it was a big old piece of cake. He ate it.
It tastes like my Aunt Boosie's. It was good.
Moist.
It looked like it was good. Shoot.
But yeah. So I ain't thinking anything else what we got going on.
We going to the
we're going to cabaret.
Maybe. We're going to the
What you talking about? Maybe.
Oh, you got quiet. I thought we was keeping a secret or something.
No, I was going to say we're going to the concert next Friday. We just missing one person.
With me? Yeah. Well, until I leave that job, I just don't feel like hearing the bullshit. Yeah. And then I ain't, in the right. I ain't got all my shit together to go, so I ain't trying to hold nobody up.
Yeah,
but
I have your shit together.
Gotta have it together, Mary.
Oh Lord.
But anyway, we really, really, really appreciate y'all coming along on the journey. We just starting off. We don't know what the hell we doing. We just giving it out. So and we're gonna keep on giving it to y'all. But we just, like I said on the other episode, we're gonna glow up every episode. Glow up. And that could mean like our appearance, our topics.
We're also going to have guests. You don't have to ask us. Can you be a guest?
Because we already know who
we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you. Don't call us.
And another thing, if you ain't watching the show and you just a regular smuggler in Cardi B's voice, definitely not getting on
And
here
if
for
you're not
a minute of fame.
sharing,
Yeah,
liking,
we need to see, you know, so
commenting.
we're gonna do contests to see who is sharing and commenting.
Yep.
And we may ask them, but we actually want people on here that have accolades.
And one more thing, let me say something right quick. So, next season we're gonna start the segment about like letters, like if you write in letters, like answers, questions, and stuff like that. So if anybody got like a question they want to ask or anything they're thinking they want to ask us or anything, you could DM
or
either
email.
Well, you
one
can
of
send
us.
our email. Send it through email.
Yeah. Or even look. Some people don't know how to work email. If you got one of our Facebooks or Instagrams, just send it to us.
Not ours. Put it in the Roger that we have a Roger that Facebook page, which is we're gonna revamp it because it's Roger
because Facebook was
tripping. But on Instagram it's Roger _ DAT _ podcast. That is our Instagram page, and you know we post quite often, and you guys can follow us there to see what we're doing, because even though we are not going to have any actual episodes after this one for maybe about a good 30 days, we're going to be posting just different things throughout the life, showing us what we're doing. And another thing that I did today, I want to give a big shout out to Shanika Welch Hall for starting Sincerely Loud, which is for teen girls ages 13 to 18. And it's like I would consider it as a teen summit. And I think it was very successful today. I think it was about maybe 16 girls. And that was a lot. I feel like that was a lot for her first time. When we get more information, I will definitely share that, and we will share that information as well, because I think that's very much so needed for our generation to reach out and to be a mentors and help raise the community, helping be a village. That's what it is. They definitely need a village, because they're a little different than we are. They don't know how to be sociable because they've been so confined to phones. And that was the biggest thing in the event today. A lot of them were in their phones, but they did participate. She had little games. She gave out gift cards. We even did a little TikTok, and I learned the TikTok. I don't know it was somebody shark. So just Google shark and you'll see that's the dance that we did. But we did the little dance. But I really enjoyed it, and I am very glad that someone has stepped up to doing this, because we lack that here in Mobile, Alabama. When we grew up, there were a lot of programs. We had a lot of programs. We had the JTPA, we had the Bishop State, we had Culture Black and White, we had they used to have, you get the little the paper, and at LaFleur they used to have different activities: karate, piano, dance,
all the little classes,
all the different little classes that you can go to, and they were free. You could go to swimming. A lot of people went to swim, learn how to swim through those. So we hope that things start transpiring to back in between the 70s and the 90s. We need to bring that type of love back for the community, for the kids, because if we don't, I don't know what type of world we're going to be living in.
Because they're going to be the adults. We lost our kids when they closed down all the Boys and Girls clubs.
And Dumas Westland.
So there aren't any Boys and Girls clubs?
If they are, they
for after school.
And then they not in the, and what's so weird is, you remember how they used to be in the at-risk
or in the project
areas? The one we have where I live at, it's like in the suburbs, like by my house. These children don't need no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you do find them, it be in like the very nice
neighborhood. The people that can use it but ain't desperate,
ain't going around. Yeah. So if they got a few open, those are the areas they are in. Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we could volunteer with someone one day.
We absolutely will. Well, you know what? We're gonna do a challenge throughout this. Fine, like that's definitely my anything dealing with the youth, young adults. I'm all for it, male and female. I am definitely for it. I will absolutely volunteer my time for that. But I really enjoyed volunteering my time today. I didn't do much, but I came and I saw, and it was a great
good.
experience. So shout out to Shanika. Sincerely loud. Well, y'all, I guess this is the end of season 1. Season 1 has been a success. So if you are just now tuning in, we have 8 episodes available for you. So on whatever day or every night during work, your spare time, working out, driving, tune in to Roger Dat Podcast and binge watch episodes 1 through 8.
That's right.
And we will see you guys really, really soon for season 2. So we hope you guys enjoyed us. And remember to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And
tell a friend to tell a friend.
That's right. And thank y'all.
Roger that.
Roger that. Peace. Bye. Roger that.